Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. In this video lesson titled Equations, we are going to look at two out of the several equations in this video lesson, which are the simple linear equation and the fractional equation. So to get the best out of this class, do well to get your writing materials and watch this video till the end. So before we look at the simple linear equation and the fractional equation, we have to understand what an equation is. In mathematics, an equation is a mathematical expression in which two algebraic expressions are equal in value. Or we can also say that an equation has the equality sign, which is the equal to sign. So we have an equation on the board which reads 2x plus 3 is equal to 4x plus 5. So now this equation tells us that whatever the value of this is, it will be equal to this same value. So in mathematics, there are things we don't know. We call them unknown in mathematics. And we represent them with alphabet. And whenever we do this, they are called algebra. So in mathematics, algebra simply means using letters or using alphabet to represent unknown. So in this equation, we have x, and we don't know what the value of x is. X can be any number. So when we use alphabet to represent numbers in mathematics, we simply call that algebra. And whatever we don't know, we call them unknown. So x in this equation is called an unknown. It's called an unknown. Also, it is important for you to know that the number before the unknown in mathematics is called a coefficient. Coefficient. Just like in this case, x is the unknown and 4 is the coefficient. In an exam, we could be given something like 2x squared, for example. Now, this is the unknown, x is the unknown, 2 is the coefficient. We could be given minus 4x. X is the unknown. Then minus 4 is the coefficient. So we could be given m as an unknown and ask what is the coefficient of m. In this case, there's an invisible 1 beside the m. In mathematics, when you are given a number or an unknown rather, and there's no number beside it, doesn't mean that there's an invisible 1 beside that number. Because in mathematics, anything times 1 is that same thing. 2 times 1 equals 2. 3 times 1 equals 3. X times 1 is equal to x. M times 1 is equal to x. It means that there's an invisible 1 beside the m. So therefore, the coefficient of m is equal to a plus 1. In this other case, minus m. Remember, since there's no number, there's an invisible 1 beside this m. So in your exam, when you are asked what is the coefficient of such a number, the coefficient of m of minus m in this case is a minus 1. Also, the sign is very, very important when you are asked the coefficient. In this case, coefficient is a plus 2. In this case, coefficient is a plus 4. So we move on to look at the simple linear equation. But before we solve questions, we have to understand what a simple linear equation is. In mathematics, a simple linear equation is an equation in which the highest power of the unknown is equal to 1. If we take a look at this equation on the board, which is 6x plus 5 is equal to 13 plus 4x, the unknown in this equation is x. The unknown in this equation is x. And then what are the powers of this unknown? The power of x here is 1. The power of x here is also 1. So when you are given an equation like this and there is no power, let's say there's no power 2 or there's no power 3, you should know that the power of that unknown is 1. Just like we looked at in the previous part of this video where we talk about coefficients. When you don't have a number before the coefficient, take the number beside that number to be 1. So also when you don't have a power here, such as power 2 or power 3, just take the power to be 1, because in mathematics, x raised to the power of 1 is also equal to x. So n raised to the power of 1 is also equal to m. So beside the fact that a simple linear equation has the highest power of the unknown to be equal to 1, just like we have 1 and 1. No one is higher than the other, so they are both equal. So the highest in this equation is 1. So beside that fact, a linear equation or a simple linear equation, it is called that name because the word linear means straight. So whenever these equations are plotted on a graph, they will always produce a straight line graph. So let's solve the first question on the board, which is 6x plus 5 is equal to 13 plus 4x. When we have a simple linear equation, the first thing you have to do is to collect like terms. You collect like terms. So this is the first thing you have to do. It simply means the ones that are like, take them to one side, the other ones take them to the other side. So this has x and this has x. I'll take the one with x to this side. This does not have an x, this does not have an x, so I'll take them to the other side. So now I have 6x. I will take this plus 4 to this other side of the equation. So it becomes a minus 4x. Remember, when this plus crosses this side, it becomes a minus 4. It's equal to, on this side I have 13. So I'm going to take this plus 5 to the other side, making it to be minus 5. So we are going to subtract 4x from 6x. It's just like saying 6 naira minus 4 naira. That will give us 2 naira. So, but in this case, we are going to write as 2x, or 6 mango minus 4 mangoes. 2 mangoes. So we have 2x. Then 13 minus 5 will give us 8. So when we get to this point, the next thing we have to do is to divide both sides. Divide both sides by the coefficient of the unknown. Divide both sides by the coefficient of the unknown. So what we are going to do is simple. The unknown is x. Remember, the coefficient of this unknown is 2. So we have 2x is equal to 8. We are going to divide both sides by the coefficient of this unknown, which is to divide both sides by that coefficient. So 2 will cancel out 2. Then 8 divided by 2 is equal to 4. Therefore, x is equal to 4. So we have a second question on the board, which is 6x minus 6 is equal to 4x plus 6. But before we move on, do I to pause this video, attempt this question, then come back for the solution. So welcome back. I hope you attempted that question. So let's look at the solution to this question. So we have 6x minus 6 is equal to 4x plus 6. Remember, in solving a simple linear equation, the first thing is to collect like terms. So I can take the one with x to this side and the ones without x to the other side. So I'm going to take 4x to this side. So I have 6x. This is a plus 4x. When I take to this side, I will have it as minus 4x. Is equal to, there's 6 on this other side. Now I'm going to take this minus 6 to this side. When minus 6 comes side, it will become a plus 6. Now 6x minus 4x is 2x, and 6 plus 6 will give us 12. Remember, the second thing is to divide both sides by the coefficient of this unknown, which is 2. So we are going to divide side by 2 and divide side by 2. So 2 will cancel out 2. When we do that, we have 12 divided by 2, and that will give us 6. So the answer to this question is 6. So if you got 6, you are very correct. But if not, do it to take your correction. So we want to look at the concept of fractional equation. In this video lesson, we talked about fraction. I would say fraction is a ratio between two integers. So if you look at this equation, we have x over 2 which is a fraction, x over 3 which is a fraction, also 1 over 2 which is a fraction. So when we are given a fractional equation, how do we solve? So when we have a fractional equation, and on one side we have two different equations, either connected by the addition sign or the subtraction sign, the first thing you have to do is to find a common denominator. Because in this video, so we talked about the concept of numerator, which is the number above the division line. I'll talk about denominator, which is the number beneath the division line. So when we have several denominators, we have to find a common denominator. I can get that common denominator by finding the LCM. So the first thing we have to do is to find the LCM of the denominator. So we find the LCM of the denominator. So we are doing that for denominators on one side, because in this case we only have a single denominator. But in this case, on the other side, we have two different denominators. So we have to find the LCM of 3 and 2. So we find out the LCM of 3 and 2. So 2 can divide to 1, but it will produce a remainder of 3. So bring down that 3. Next, we take 3. 3 can divide 3, and we'll bring down this one. So when you have done that, the LCM is equals to these numbers you have used to divide, that is 2 times 3. So 2 times 3 will give us 6. So when you have done that, you make the LCM the common denominator. The common denominator. We make the LCM a common denominator. So now we have this as x over 2 is equal to the common denominator of these two is 6 from our calculation. So 6. Next, we are going to say 6 divided by 3, that is 2. Then 2 times the numerator, which is 2x, plus 6 divided by 2 is 3. 3 times the numerator, which is 3. So we now have x over 2 is equal to 2x plus 3 over 6. We now have a single denominator. So the next thing we are going to do, number 3, we have to cross multiply. Cross multiply. By cross multiplication, we mean that we are going to multiply it like this. So we are going to have something as 6 times x, and 6 times x will give us 6x. Then 2 multiply everything else, then 2 times everything on this other side, that's 2x plus 3. Now we have that 6x is equal to 2 times 2 will give us 4x. 2 times 2, 4. Then the then 2 times plus 2 give us plus 6. Remember, in the simple linear equation, you simply collect like terms. I'll move this to this. I'll move 4x to this other side. So I'll now have 6x minus 4x is equal to 6. And 6 minus 4x is what? 2x is equal to 6. Then we're going to divide that side by 2. So 2 will cancel off 2. When we do that, x is equal to 6 divided by 2 is 3. So therefore, in that question, in that fractional equation, the value of x is 3. So we move on to look at the fourth question, which is 7x plus 2 over 3 minus 9x minus 2 over 5 is equal to 2. So when we have this set of fractional equation, remember the first thing you have to do is to find a common denominator. And how can you get that common denominator? By finding the LCM of the denominator. So our denominators here are 3 and 5. Remember, you are finding the denominator on just one side. If you have more than one fraction on the other side, you have to also do the same thing. So we have to look for the LCM of 3 and 5. So we are going to quickly do that. 3 and then 5. We have to find their LCM. So 3 can divide 3 1, but when 3 divides 5, there will be a remainder. So bring down that 5. Then we move on to 5. 5 can divide 5, so we are going to have 1, then 1. So therefore, the LCM is equal to this number that you have used to divide it, which is 3 and 5. So you are going to multiply. So 3 times 5 will give us 15. So the LCM is equal to 15. So the LCM of the denominator is 15. So 15 will become a common denominator or the new denominator. So I'm going to have it as 15. 15 divided by 2 is 5. Now 5 multiply this entire numerator. So I have it as 5 into 7x plus 2. 15 divided by 5 is 3. 3 multiply this entire numerator. So I'm going to have that minus 3 times 9x minus 2. Remember, this equation is equal to 2. Yes, I want to open up the bracket. 5 times 7x is 35x. 5 times 2 is 10. Minus 3 times 9 is minus 27x. Minus times minus is plus. 3 times 2 is 6. All over 15 is equal to 2. Remember the rule, we have to cross multiply. 2 is same thing as 2 over 1. So we have to cross multiply. Now, we are going to have this as everything 8 times 1. We also give us that same thing. So we are going to collect like things. So this is 35x. This is minus 27. This is plus 10. And this is plus 6 over 15 is equal to 2 over 1. We are still going to cross multiply. So we now have 35x minus 7x plus 10 plus 6. Now 35x minus 27x is 8x plus that's 16 over 15 is equal to 2 over 1. Next, we are going to cross multiply. And now cross multiply everything 8 times 1 will also give us that same thing. 8x plus 16 is equal to 15 times 2 is 30. Remember the rule in a simple linear equation, collect like things. I'll take plus 16 to this side. So I have 8x is equal to 30 minus because when plus 16 comes here, it comes to minus 16. So we now have 8x to be equal to 30 minus 16, and 30 minus 16 is equal to 14. So remember, we have to divide both sides by the quotient of the unknown, which is 8. So divide this side by 8 and divide this side by 8. 8 will cancel out 8. So when 8 cancel out 8, x is equal to 14 over 8. But we can reduce this fraction in the sense that 2 can divide 14 and 2 can also divide 8. When 2 divides 14, we have 7. When 2 divide 8, we have 4. Now 4 can divide 7 once. So we have one whole number, and if you put a remainder of 3, that is 3 over 4. So therefore, x is equal to one whole number, 3 over 4. Remember, when 4 divides 7, it will only go one times with a remainder of 3 over 4. So our final answer will become one whole number, 3 over 4. So friends, I hope you learned something from this video. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you haven't done that, so you always get notified as soon as new videos drop on this channel. Also, do well to share this video lesson with your friends so that we can all learn together. Also, don't forget to like this video and also drop your questions and suggestions in the comment section of this video. I look forward to seeing you in my next video.